Hey y'all, and welcome to Demby's Teaching Tips one more time. Today, remember I told y'all I was going to just talk for 5 minutes. And I just want to talk to y'all about boundaries. This as unpopular as it may be. I remember the other day I was in a Facebook group and I mentioned something about what to do when you want students to comply with what you asking them to do, and they jumped all over. Oh, why do students have to comply with what you? At some point, students have to do what you tell them to do, no matter how you slice and dice it. As a teacher, as a parent, as an uncle, as a choir director, troop leader, at some point, the children have to do what you ask them to do, no matter how unpopular it is. That's just like with the police. At some point, now I'm not saying you gotta make them do it, but at some point, people have to comply. So you have to have some boundaries in place. And the more you move your boundaries, the more outrageous the behavior is going to get. When children know that they can push, and instead of you stopping them and saying, no, that's not the expectation, this is what I need you to do. Let's talk about it. Even if you talk about it, but you still need to have some pushback. You can't just like let them push and then you step back. Then they're gonna push some more and then you step back. That's just like the child. Y'all know when you was little and you didn't want to go to bed. Now we all know that. When we didn't want to go to bed, we said, Mama, I need some water. And then if Mama said, okay, let's go get some water, we got her. But if Mama said, go get back in the bed, that boundary was there for us. And that's the same thing we need to do for our kids. You have to have some boundaries in place. Whatever those boundaries are, they need to be in place. And kids need to feel safe to push back. And in them pushing, they need to feel safe to know that you're not going to just back off from them. Because when you back off from kids, a lot of times they realize you don't love them, you don't care about them, because you're not stopping them from going too far. That's what we do. Teachers, other people who work with kids, we are there to stop children from going too far. And they know that. And sometimes they know that means you love them and you care about them because you don't want them to go too far. And so that's my little tip for today. And actually, we'll talk more in depth about it next week because I'll have Sean Stinson, marriage and family therapist. He'll come in and talk more about boundaries. And that's what we need to do as teachers. We need to set boundaries and not, we can discuss it with our kids about what boundaries are set. But once they are set, they are set. And you can't move them. You can't expand them. Oh, well, he didn't do it this way. No, we already agreed on this. So I'm a hush. So let me just read a quick little reading. This is what I wrote. Boundaries that can't be crossed. Whatever the boundaries you set in your class or school must be firm. The one place children feel safe to push and they know we won't let them go too far is school. That's the one place they feel safe enough. Students will push and push until they are stopped. The more you widen the boundaries, the more outrageous the behavior will come. So, teacher tip, keep your boundaries firm. Now, I'm not saying you have to force kids to do things, but you can talk to them and at the beginning of the year, you all decide what your boundaries are at home. Hey, these are the boundaries that you can't cross. You can't hit me. I'm your parent. You can't hit me. That's a boundary you can't cross. If you cross that boundary, this is what's going to happen. So you can talk to your kids, but you still need to set boundaries. Live, love, teach.
What the hell?
Stop saying that.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Stop.
What the hell? What the hell?